Hello guys, welcome to Shiv Kumar News YouTube channel. Here I am only reading the Hindu newspaper. My purpose and aim is improving my knowledge and English only, nothing else. Therefore, please support and guide me. Now we start the video. Amid global meltdown, rupee breaches 87 against the dollar. Indian rupee slammed 49 paisa on Friday of trading after Trump imposed tariff on Canada, Mexico, China and China. Finance Minister officially hint center is unfazed by the currency trajectory. Trump's it is global uncertainty that has to be dealt with. Vikas Dhoot, New Delhi. The Indian rupee slammed almost 0.6% or 49 paisa to breach the 87 mark against the US dollar on Monday, amid a meltdown for most emerging market currencies and stock market across Asia and Europe on the first day of trading after President Donald Trump imposed higher tariff on Canada, Mexico, and China. The rupee, which had crossed the 86 mark vis-a-vis the dollar on January 10, closed at 87.11 after slipping close to 87.3 during the day. A top finance ministry official signed the government was unfazed by the currency's trajectory, terming it is a global uncertainty that has to be the strong dealt with and stressing that India does not believe in using exchange rate policy to push trade, and the key is to manage volatility, not to attain the specified level for the currency. Dollar index is higher. What is happening over the last couple of months is that the dollar is appreciating. The dollar index is pretty high and against all currency. It is not just the emerging market but even with the developed country. Today the dollar index has picked up again and is above 109, Economic Affairs Secretary Ajay Seth told The Hindu. The index has risen over 1% through the day, the to 109.7%. 7. As per our policy that we know the Reserve Bank of India follow is to take care of the volatility at any level of dollar at any level. If the dollar is appreciating, that means our imports become a little costlier but our exports become competitive, he noted. However, India has never used exchange rate policy to promote export. That is not our policy. That is not sustainable way to keep growing. So we believe in strengthening our export competitiveness through better quality, Mr. Seth emphasized, adding that India can only envisage way to handle the uncertainty that any move by the USA to raise tariff will trigger. Each country take a decision which is assesses to be in their best interest as a sovereign entity, just as we decided that we feel is the best interest of India and Indian people in several decision making. There is nothing wrong because this is assessment of the particular country. The only thing in our hand is how do we deal with the uncertainty. The secretary said, what happened in the rest of the world, whether the global growth rate is x or y, that is given to us. We have to deal with it, that and in spite of the factor we have to do what we have to do. If there's this headwind, it means we must have more powerful engine to move forward. That is what we try to do, Mr. Seth explained. The government focus, he said, is on making India more self-reliant by developing competitive advantage where it does not have them. This is the announced approach and we should be clear about it. Second, we should not create cost disadvantage through the tariff policy or through our regulation and clean up those areas. So this budget against try to clean up those areas, he pointed out. Testing new law, the chart show the value of the rupee against the dollar, US dollar in Indian rupee between the November 2024 and November February 2025. 84.36, 87.12. Trump pauses tariff on Mexico, no change for Canada and China. Associated Press, Washington. Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum said on Monday after a conversation with USA President Donald Trump that the planned tariffs are on hold for a month. A statement confirmed by the White House. Mexico will reinforce the northern border with 10,000 members of the National Guard immediately to stop drug trafficking from the Mexico to the United States, in a particular fentanyl. Miss Senbom posted on X, the United States commits to work to stop the trafficking of high-power weapons to Mexico. The Mexican president added that the two countries will continue to talk on security and trade, and that the tariffs are put on pause for a month from now. The pause added to drama as Mr. Trump's tariff against Canada and China are still slated to go into effect on Tuesday. Uncertainty remains about the durability of any deals and whether the tariffs are harbinger of a broader trade war, as Mr. Trump has promised more import taxes to come. Mr. Trump posted on social media that he spoke on Monday morning with Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and would be speaking to him against both Canada and Mexico have planned to lift their own tariff in response to USA action, but Mexico is holding off for the moment. This is picture from Mahakumbh Sangam backbones. Naga sadhus prepared to take the dip at the Sangam on Basant Panchami during the Mahakumbh. Sandeep Singh Sena reports. Campaign for Delhi Assembly election end. Satvika Mahajan, New Delhi. Campaign for the Delhi Assembly election ended at 6 p.m. on Monday. Over 1.5 crore voters in 70 constituencies will seal the fate of the candidate on February 5. The results will be out on February 8. The triangle battle between the Aam Aadmi Party, the BJP and the Congress saw many rallies and campaign by senior leaders trying to convince voters on the welfare scheme announced in their manifesto. The aggressive campaign saw the AAP and the BJP running to the election commission on alleged voter deleting in various constituencies, and comments made by AAP chief Arvind Kejriwal related to uh, ammonia ammonia in Yamuna River. The BJP making another push to come back to power after 28 years. A rally blitz in the capital. Prime Minister Narendra Modi addresses 2 rallies before and 3 rallies after announcement of polls. Senior BJP leader addressing rally promising to push a developmental agenda and attacked the AAP on alleged corruption and failure to deliver on its promises in the past 2 terms. The AAP trying to retain power for a fourth term asked people to vote for its continue receiving free electricity, a promise 24/7 water, continue to improving education and healthcare. The party warned voters that if the BJP come to power, it will roll back the welfare scheme as free electricity and water, a narrative that the BJP has repeatedly tried to dismiss, with even Mr. Modi frequently assuring it was not be happen. The Congress campaign was spearheaded by leaders of the opposition in the Lok Sabha, Rahul Gandhi, MP Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, and leader of the opposition in the Rajya Sabha, Mallikarjun Kharge, who lashed out at the AAP and the BJP for not keeping their promises. The Congress said it will be bring back the pace of development seen in Sheila Dikshit regime. The Congress is trying to make a comeback after being reduced to 0 seats in Delhi for a decade. The BJP is contesting 68 seats after giving two seats to its NDA and JDU alliance and the LGP. Meanwhile, the several parties from the India bloc lent their support to the AAP instead of the Congress, while the BJP held nearly 200 rally over the past few days, with Chief Minister of the BJP run state chipping in. The AAP campaign revolved around Mr. Kejriwal addressing a minimum of three rallies a day for the past fortnight. The AAP leader, while accepting that there was a work yet to be done, asked for a third term, pitching employment and saving the middle class. Delhi CEM Atishi and AAP Chief Arvind Kejriwal during a road show in Delhi on Monday. Sushil Kumar Verma. SC to wait for CFSL reports on Alice Biren audio. The Hindu Bureau, New Delhi. The Supreme Court on Monday decided to wait for a report from the Center for Forensic Science Laboratory (CFSL) to on the veracity of the audio recording allegedly establishing complicity of Manipur Chief Minister and Biren Singh in the ethnic violence in the state, which lead so many deaths. A bench of the Chief Justice Sanjeev Khanna and Justice Sanjeev Kumar was informed by Solicitor General Tushar Mehta that the Union government has had sent to content handed over of its the petitioner Kuki Organization for Human Trust of the CFSL. Mr. Mehta said the government had requested individuals who had uploaded material on Twitter, now X, to share the original recording. Please examine all, the Chief Justice said. Advocate Prashant Bhushan, appearing for the petitioner, submitted the Truth Lab reports of the audio tapes show 93% chance that it is his Mr. Singh's voice. He added sent it to Truth Lab. Mr. Mehta sought to discuss the submission by Mr. Bhushan, saying Truth Labs was private organization, while Mr. Bhushan said its report had been extensively used in court as evidence. Chief Justice Khanna reminded the petitioners that the state was slowly limbing back to normalcy. The court would look into whether the case ought to be referred to the Manipur High Court. Justice Kumar at the beginning of the court session announced in open court that the Chief Minister Singh had hosted a dinner for him when he was elevated to the Supreme Court. Justice Kumar was the Chief Justice of the Manipur High Court till his appointment to the top court. The judge said he was ready to rescue if the party wanted to do so. There is no issue that whatsoever, but not one of it. Mr. Bhushan responded, "Keep the pot boiling." Mr. Mehta submitted the court must be mindful that the petitioner may have some ideological baggage. Separatist sector reports submitted by the Supreme Court appointed committee had said the civil society organization wanted to keep the pot boiling. The law officer said the petitioner had sought the court to order a court monitoring investigation by the special investigation team into the leaked audio. The NGO, also represented by Advocate Cheryl D'Souza, alleged the Chief Minister of Manipur was instrumental in including or organizing and therefore the central orchestrating that the large-scale murder, destruction and to other form of violence against the Kuki-dominated area in Manipur. In 2023, violence broke out in Manipur due to the clash between the majority Meitei community and the tribal Kuki. Thereafter, in August 2024, an audio of the approximately 48 minutes alleged recorded in a closed-door meeting with the Chief Minister was published in various newspapers. The recorded conversation prima facie showed the complicity and the involvement of the state machinery in violence against Kuki Jew community, the petitioner said. Next news for anti-conservation bill. Anti-conservation bill tabled in Rajya Sabha Assembly by government. The legislation will curb love jihad, say minister. Congress opposed the bill, saying it formed part of ruling BJP propaganda to mislead the people. Instead of addressing the issue of those dying in Mahakumbh, the BJP is creating division in the society. Tikka Ram Julie, leader of the opposition in assembly, the Hindu Bureau, Jaipur. The Bharatiya Janata Party government in Rajasthan on Monday introduced a bill to prevent the religious conversation carried out by force, fraud, or inducement in the state assembly during the budget session. The prohibitions of the unlawful conversation of religion bill 2025 has made a provision for the imprisonment of up to 10 year and a fine of rupee 15,000 for the various offence. The opposition Congress strongly opposed the bill, saying it informed part of the BJP propaganda to mislead the people. The state cabinet had approved the draft of the bill in November 2024 with an observation that it will be help stop the increasing instance of love jihad in certain area of the state. Love jihad cases have assumed seriousness, causing a great deal of concern for society at large. This legislation is going to curb this practice, Parliamentary Affairs Minister Jogaram Patel told the press person. The love jihad phrase has been floated by the BJP and its right wing affiliate to refer to Muslim men allegedly marrying Hindu women in an attempt to convert them to Islam. The tabling of the bill has made Rajasthan the latest BJP ruled state to bring the legislation aimed at curbing the alleged forcible religious conversation. Bill stipulation Medical and Health Minister Garinder Singh Khinswar introduced the bill under which the offence will be recognizable and non-bailable and terrible by a court, while the conversation by the misrepresentation, force, undue influence, coercion, allurement, or by any fraudulent means or by marriage has been made on offence. Those who desire to convert their religion shall give a declaration in the prescribed form at least 60 days in advance to the district magistrate. Congress MLA and the leader of the opposition in the assembly, Tikka Ram Julie, said if the government found any person or organization forcibly converting the people, it was free to take action instead of the addressing the issue of those dying in Mahakumbh. The BJP is creating divisions in the society, he said. According to the bill statements of the object and reason, the law related to right to religious freedom already exists in several states, but there was no statute on the subject in Rajasthan. In brief, Bhutan PM Tobgay to attend the West Bengal Business Summit. Bhutan Prime Minister Deshu Teshring Tobgay is scheduled to visit Kolkata for 2 days to attend the State Business Summit on February 5 and 6. An official from the Royal Bhutanese Consulate in the city said on Monday. Mr. Tobgay will lead a 13-member team and participated in the Bengal Global Business Summit BGBS 2025 to enhance the trade relation. Bhutan will showcase its products and services at BGBS and will organization country session to attract investment. West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee had announced in October 2024 that Mr. Tobgay would be the special guest at BGBS 2025. JMM passes a resolution against CA NRC UCC. A 15-point resolution was passed during the Party 46 Foundation Day celebration, which, among other things, called implementations of the Chota Nagpur Central Pargana Tenancy Act, celebrating model. Hemant Soren being the felicitated by the party worker JM 46 Foundation Day in Dumka on Monday. ANI Amit Bhilari Patna. The Jharkhand Mukti Morcha passed a resolution rejecting the Citizenship Amendment Act CA and the Uniform Civil Code CA and the National Register of the Citizens citizens during its 46th Foundation Day celebration at the Gandhi Maidan in Dumka district of the Jharkhand on Sunday night. Party executive president and the chief minister Hemant Soren attended the event along with his wife and Gandhi MLA Kalpana Soren. A 50 points resolution was passed, which, among the other things, called for the strict implementation of the Chota Nagpur Tenancy Act and the Santhal Pargana Tenancy Act. The resolution include demand for the establishment of a mini secretariat in the sub-capital of Dumaka and the start the chief minister's camp office in a systematic and effective manner. A resolution was passed that all the non-teaching staff of Sidhu Kanu Murmu University SKMU should be given the benefit of the seventh pay scale. It also demanded to give Central University status to SKUM and to establish an agriculture university in Dumka. Addressing the large gathering, Mr. Soren accused the union government of neglecting the Jharkhand. He pointed out that the center gets huge revenue from the Jharkhand from ministerial, but Jharkhand gets nothing to return. The budget presented by the union government has nothing for the people of Jharkhand. The government led by Narendra Modi is worried about the capitalist of the country, Mr. Soren said. He also raised the question on the income tax exemption up to rupee 12 lakh. Mr. Soren asked what the benefit the poor people of the Jharkhand will get from the exemption. In the budget, it was said that the toy manufacturing company will be encouraging because such companies belong to Adani and Ambani. He said he reiterated that the 20% of the tribal people of the Jharkhand live in Assam and work in tea gardens, but they do not have a tribal status. He appealed to tribal people living across the country to come and settle in Jharkhand. They are not getting their rights, whatever the tribal people are living in any corner of the country. You come here, we settle you, Mr. Soren said. And in her speech, Miss Soren reminded that the movement to get 1 lakh crore due from the center will continue. This land of Jharkhand is land of the agitation and struggle. Guruji Shibhu. So Soren first started agitation against the money lending system and then fought a long battle for the demand of the separate Jharkhand. In the similar way, our agitation to get our dues will continue, Ms. Soren said. She accused the union government of hatching a conspiracy to send Mr. Soren to jail. Basant Soren, Dumka MLA, said if the center does not agree to pay the due, the Jharkhand government will not let even a single piece of mineral go out of the state. The precarious road to development in Jammu and Kashmir development projects are leading to ecological ruin and displacing people. Jammu and Kashmir state of play. Bilal Ahmed Wagya Umar Jamal. The government ambitious proposal to construct a highway and development satellite township in Jammu and Kashmir have led to fear among the local who feel that this project would disrupt the region delicate ecological balance, displace community and alter the demographic and culture fabric. In 2021, the government approved a semi-ring road project and acquired 900 acres of the cultivated agricultural land for it. The district that is the most affected by the project is Budgam, followed by the Pulwama, Srinagar, Ganderbal, Bandipora, Barmula. This mega project aimed at to reducing the tariff in the Kashmir Valley will be implemented in two phases. Farmers worry about their livelihood as thousands of the apple, palm and pear trees have been already been axed to clear the land for the construction of the new highway, which the local fair will be used for the security and the tourism purpose alone. The project will feature numerous infrastructure elements including 290 culverts and two roads over bridges, two flyover, 10 major junctions, 26 26 minor junction and a toll plaza, and at the Narbal junction. Jammu and Kashmir predominantly an agrarian economy. More than 80% of the population is directly and indirectly associated with agriculture. This means the questions of land has exerted tremendous pressure on the land resources of Jammu Kashmir, which has some of the smallest land holding in the country. The landowners were not compensated adequately for the loss of their land. This is because they receive the compensation not under the right to fair compensation and transparency in land acquisition, rehabilitation and resettlement act 2030, but under the Jammu and Kashmir land acquisition act 1934, which has removed from the statute book after the deletion of the article 370 in Jammu and Kashmir rural economy and commercial people farming and its value chain in the ministry of the economy. This generates an estimated revenue of around rupee 1500 crore. Transforming such as fertile lands into construction site will be disastrous for the regions and economy and ruin the livelihood of the lack of the people. In May 2022, a notification under the Jammu and Kashmir Town Planning 1966 imposed the moratorium on land transactions with 500 meter of the ring road. However, in October 2024, the housing board announced a notification plans for the establishing 30 satellite township along with the semi ring road. Each township will cover an average area of 200 hectares, requiring a total of 6,000 hectares, most of the which is agricultural, and this settlement risk displacing the people and leaving the marginal farmer landless as a significant poor portions of the land has already been acquired and more land is expected to be acquired soon. Ever since Jammu and Kashmir become a union territory in 2019, there has been a thrust on development. The government has either proposed new projects or given a flip to already commissioned projects which have been languishing due to the paucity of road. The unrestrained march of the infrastructure and development in the regions is leading to ecological ruins and social displacement. While the government has promised to enhance the cohesivity and economic progress, this project strike at the heart of the region's fragile ecosystem and the heart in aggregation backbone. The destruction of the agricultural land and the earth will strip the regions of its biodiversity, displace wildlife and erode its green cover. Construction activity will be accelerate soil erosion, rendering the land infertile and to crip planning agriculture outfit. Jammu and Kashmir had 14.3 lakh farming household and an average land holding of just 0.25 hectare. It contributes 80% of India temperate fruit products production. Yet massive land acquisition for infrastructure projects often carried out without robust social impact assessment are dismantling this livelihood. Calamities such as the 2014 flood have laid bare the ecological fragility of the region. The build pursuit of the urbanizations and the relentless push for the building railway and to satellite township heighten the risk of the more than disaster. This is not a program; it is slow methodological unveiling and Jammu and Kashmir ecological integrity and the livelihood that the happen on it without the urgent course correction. The prices of this so-called the progressive will be borne by the generation to come. Bilal Vehgia teaches political at the Government Degree College Birwa, Jammu and Kashmir, and Umar Jamal is a student activities and the national president of Jammu and Kashmir Students Association. Green and clean. India must reformulate a critical mineral for framework that is just and equitable. India has come a long way in its attempt to transition to clearness from the power in the past decade. This is partly reflected in the budgetary allocations to the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy between the fiscal year 2025 BE rupee to 1535 crore, and 2025 BA rate rupee 32,626 crore. But these allocation other than in 2015 and 2013 have been uninstrumentalized, leading to lower revised estimate RE, and to however this does not fully reflect a clean energy. India attempted a major leap with the PM Kusum scheme in 2019, a year ahead of the COVID-19 disruption, with an outlay of the rupee 34,422 crore. The scheme involves the having of grid solar irrigation pump and the grid connected solar plants on flow farmland land. With PM Kusum had to receive a depth response with the less than half a gigawatt of installed capacity, and the realization that the energy transition is both a desirable outcome and a requirement occurred during the COVID-19 in year when there was a major supply chain disruption to coal, oil, and to gas. They led to India's pledging to produce the half of its energy requirements from the renewable in about 5 years from now at COP26 in 2021. It was a 2021 budget that to here led to clean energy shift with it rupee 18,100 crore for APLI scheme for the advanced chemistry cell manufacture to augment India's grid scale battery storage capacity. A rupee 4,500 crore PLI scheme for the solar photovoltaic modules went up to rupee 90,500 crore in 2020, but the government also decided to levy a 40% basic custom duty BCD on the solar modules and 25% on the solar cell to reduce the overwhelming import depending on China. However, this is slowed solar power installation nationwide, with the price rising, and even while renewable constitute 46% of India total installed capacity. October 2024, 70% of its power output is from coal. Experts have been pointed out to the need for a grid scale battery storage technology to augment India renewable output, as the increment reproduction lead to the continued reliance on the fossil fuel based on power, with the realization that the steep BCD will be inflationary and the counterproduction to localization production, particularly in the capital intensive lithium iron battery technology sector. The government has announced that it will be exempt 20 critical minerals and the 35 capital goods from BCDs, but the reducing the dependency of China for the energy transition resources and the technology will also require India showing the leadership in formulating a critical minerals framework that is socially and environmentally just during the extraction and equitable in its distribution. With the USA withdrawing its leadership position in this area, India must aim to play a bigger role. Worth of rupee 2000 notes still out in public despite withdrawal. 6,577 in crore. The RBI said that 98.15% of the rupee 2000 denomination bank notes have been returned since they were withdrawn from the circulation in May 2023. The facility for the deposit or exchange was available at all bank branches till October 17, 2023. New railway station being constructed in Jharkhand. 57 railway Minister Ashwini Vishwaha said Jharkhand has been allocated rupees 7,306 crore in the budget to escalate the development of railway in the state. The construction of the state amount to rupee 2,314 crore, as the much of the 943-kilometer rail route has been electrified in Jharkhand since 2014. Number of the people killed in a car bomb explosion in Syria: 90 all but one of the deceased were women. No group immediately claimed responsible for the explosion. It was the seventh car bomb explosion in Manbij in just over a month. Manbij is in northeastern Aleppo, continue to witness the violence even after the downfall of Bashar Assad Share of EVs from the total vehicles sold in Norway in 2024, 96% on an unparalleled number in the world and close to the country's goal of the selling only zero emission vehicle as this year. Of the 50% most sold model, only two were non-electric. By the comparison, the share of the electric car in Europe was just 13.6 in the full year of 2024. Number of protests in a rally in Berlin against the far right. 1.6 lakh demonstrators had turned out to denounce the breach by the Christian Democratic Union (CDU) of Germany's unwritten agreement not to work with the right at the national level in place since World War II. Complied with the Hindu data team. Now your English from the archives. Pretext K. Subramanian. Up S. Upendran. So romance is from Rome. Romantic is from romance. Romantic is from romance. Yes, romantic is also used as a noun. It means a person who enjoy romantic situation. By the way, what is the bottleneck? It is the narrow neck of a bottle. It is a narrow or restricted stretch of road which causes tariffs to slow down or stop. It is also anything that slows down production in a manufacturing process, etc. Bottleneck is a widely used expression these days. In a letter to the London Times, a writer has pointed out that the way in which bottleneck has been used by some writer in order to illustrate the progress or with whatever it is of our language. I am compiling a brooch on bottleneck. I shall accordingly be grateful for any significant additions to these examples from recent net journalism. First, the biggest bottleneck is housing, meaning the most constricting and the presumably narrowest bottleneck. Second, the bottleneck must be ironed out, leading the article in the Daily Press. Bottleneck ahead and the bottleneck in bottle. Recent headline: the four economy of the ruler is bound to move within a vicious circle of interdependent bottleneck. 5. What is the plan is actually a series of bottlenecks. The most drastic bottleneck is that of machines too. 6. One bottleneck which is the particularly far reaching and deceive. The verb or to bottleneck means to impede or slow down by creating bottleneck, but don't ever say that there is a big bottleneck. A big bottleneck suggesting an easy flow rather than a difficult one. So bottleneck create problem when used with care. The expression serves a useful purpose. Do you know something? The other day I saw the World Padyatra in the new shorter Oxford English Dictionary 1993. What is the meaning it gave? It says in the Indian subcontinent, a pilgrim, a political and a religious tour or a march. Modern Sanskrit pada foot plus yatra journey. So it is has joined the company of the other Indian words like bungalow, chapati, Chirut, Chur, Chupra, Kadi, Juggernaut, Jungly, Loot, Nebo, Pajama, Sahib, Shampoo, Shawl, Teak, Thug, Todi, Veranda, Ashma, Pandit Kuli. So many more. Let's stop here. Published in the article on January 31st, 1995. The Daily Quiz. The 67th Annual Grammy Award took place on February 3. A quiz on the awards and some of the winners. Question number 1. Radhika Santhan Her alter ego is Sasha Fierce. When she was a child, her father made her run while singing so that she would not be become the exhausted while performing on stage. She made history at the 2023 Grammy Award and again this year. Name this artist. Question number 2. Which genre of the music was not recognized at the German Grammy Awards ceremony until 1989? Question number 3. The poet, lyrics, author, and the director was born in the Jhelum district of present present day Pakistan. He is now known by his pen name. His daughter is filmmaker. Name this man who won the Grammy Award in 2010 as well as an Academy Award. Question number 4. This song was written and sung more than a quarter of the century ago using machine learning. The song was crafted from the singer demo and released in 2026. It won by Grammy Award this year. What is the name of the song and the famous band that won the Grammy Award? Question number 5. He won the Pulitzer Prize for the music a few years ago. His stage name used to be K. Dot. Who is this singer who swept all the 5 categories for which he was nominated this time? Visualization question. The woman in the photo is seen receiving Grammy Award. It was her husband's anti-war speech that won him the award posthumously. Name the woman, her husband, and the man presenting the award to her. Previous year question and answer to the previous day quiz. Name the alloy used to make Grammy trophy. Grammyum. The name of the 4 general categories also called the Big Four: record, album, song, and new artist. Artists who have won the Big Four in the same year. Two and two: Christopher Cross in 1981 and Billie Eilish in 2020. Name the legendary artist who was the first to win 2 albums of the year award. Frank Sinatra. Name the artist with the most number of Grammy wins. Beyonce. Visual. Name this actor, director, this ally, and the song which won him record of the year, song of the year in 2029. Answer: Donald Glover and Children Gambino. This is American early birds: Tamia Vishwa and Pyali Tulli, Titu Schiller, and Sonia Das. Dudu Yediti. Today, for one important vocabulary word is submersible, noun, adjective. In the meaning is Pandubi, a type of ship that can travel underwater, especially that operate without the people being in it, able to be used or to travel underwater. Synonym: unclear, submarine, underwater craft. Antonymous: surface ship. Example: submarine lights in the pool allowed the homeowner to have pool party at night. So this is today video. Please like, comment, and share, and don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel for further more update and more videos. Press bell icon for notification. Thank for watching. We meet tomorrow.